The blue ocean strategy, why this has become all the more important. But before I begin that, let me tell you, this is meant for products. The blue ocean strategy is meant for products. But I want to apply this to people, to your careers. Now give me a moment. Yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, coming back to the blue ocean strategy and why do we need this? If you look at the careers today or the journey of the disruptions happening around and the competition and the skills disruption, the technical disruptions, everything, it is not possible to continue growing in a conventional manner. Let me give you an example of a conventional approach. You are doing a job, and after a while, you feel it's not so fulfilling in terms of salary, in terms of your growth. And then you update your resume and you start applying. You go to some job portals and you start applying across the various open vacancies. That doesn't work now. That's used to work 10, 15 years ago. But now things are changing. You cannot follow the conventional approach of uploading your resume on the job portals and waiting for the vacancies. You cannot wait for your managers to identify your next step. That is not how it works. That is the conventional approach. And if you are still following it, you are already becoming part of the average. You are already compromising to your growth. And hence, you need a separate strategy, which is called a blue ocean strategy. How does it differ? What is the other side of the blue ocean strategy? That is the red ocean strategy, where you are in the world of competition. You are in a crowded market where everybody is following the same target. There is no different goal, there is no different target, but everybody is running. And that is the red ocean, where you have to just keep working hard. You have to keep performing hard. You have to wait for your opportunities. You have to wait for your luck. And as I said, you have to keep applying for open vacancies. You have to keep running the race. That is the red ocean strategy. Now let's talk about what should be the blue ocean strategy in terms of your career. What could be the blue ocean strategy in terms of the career? And whatever I'm sharing today is based on a lot of research. Okay, so kindly take notes and start following this. If you don't find anything appropriate here, believe me, if you keep thinking about what would be your blue ocean strategy, you will find an answer. But before I begin, let me tell you, my name is Purav. My name is Purav Bhatt. I'm the founder of Career Ownership Hub. On a mission to empower 100,000 mid-career professionals, I want you to take charge of your career. I want you to take decisions with clarity and confidence. The probability of making mistakes should reduce and the risk appetite should increase. And how do I say that? How can I say that? I have been in the corporate journey for more than a decade. And I have seen this race. I have been in the race. I have compromised on my salary. I have compromised on my positions. I have compromised on international assignments. I was promised something, I did not get it. I simply surrendered. But then, since before I stepped out of my corporate journey, I started taking a lot of actions in the last 5 years of my journey. And I grew by more than 5 times. In this process, I developed a framework which we are implementing at the Career Ownership Hub for all my mentees. And believe me, it is working. The framework was proven by me, and now it is being proven as I implement it across with my mentees. So if you want to be part of the community, in the description of this video, there is a link to the Facebook community of Career Ownership Hub. You are always welcome to join us. And let's dive into the blue ocean strategy for mid-career professionals. And allow me to share my screen. As usual, I would like to take you through a mind map, which makes your life easy to understand. So I hope you can see my screen and the mind map, and let me not reveal everything and increase your confusion. Let me go step by step. What I want you to do is Stop competing. Start dominating. Again, when I say dominating, it is not that you stay on the top of the competition. You stay different from the competition and get better results than what you would get if you are competing. So I want you to dominate and not compete. So let's begin the journey of domination. It will take some time, but believe me, if you get on this path of domination, if you get on this journey of domination, not only the next step in your journey, but your entire journey would become great in terms of your mental health, in terms of your physical health, and in terms of your growth. Majority of the tension today, majority of the stress today is because of the competition and comparison. And let me ask you this question. What have you achieved by staying with the crowd? Be honest and answer in the comments. What have you actually achieved by this healthy competition? There is nothing like healthy competition. You have to compete with yourself every day. Don't compete with others. So let's take a look at the building blocks or the components of a blue ocean strategy. I'm not going to share all the details of each and every component, but I'm going to give you an overview of what could be the major building blocks of your blue ocean strategy. And then you can keep playing with the building blocks. You need not implement everything at the same time. Depending on what phase of journey you are in, what kind of industry you are in, what kind of capabilities you have. You have to identify what to pick, what to choose, and what not to. So let's jump into your blue ocean strategy. The first thing, be solution oriented. When you go for any interview, it's not about what you have, it's about what you can give. Change your mindset. Competition is for the average. Competition is for the average. If you keep competing, then you have to keep fighting and you have to keep compromising. You will not get beyond average. That is where the competition takes you. And start working on your mindset. At the Career Ownership Hub, one of the focus that we have is increase your visibility. Whatever solutions you are implementing across in your organization, are these visible to everybody or not? Are you making yourself visible across beyond your team, beyond your manager or not? This is a basis of the blue ocean strategy. This is not an optional step. This is a compulsory step. Start increasing your visibility within the organization and start increasing your visibility beyond the organization for all the good work that you are doing. And believe me, this is a kind of a change in who you are. If you come into this behavior, this particular skill of increasing your visibility will help you throughout your journey. Even if you take your next step in the next month, continue this visibility exercise. Continue the journey of increasing your visibility every time. You have to occupy space in the minds of the people. The more visible you are, the more opportunities come to you. You don't have to run behind opportunities. Be visible for the right things that you do. And the second is always look at the organization, your relationship with the organization, as you are a contributor. You are not working there. This mindset is extremely important. You always go to solve problems. Because with more than 10 years of work experience, you have all the skills, you have seen a lot of things, and you have already solved a lot of problems. You have worked under pressure situations. You have worked with a difficult customer. You have worked with a difficult internal team, and you have handled a lot of pressure. Now it is time to change your approach towards contribution. You are not a fresher anymore. So whenever you go for a new position, even when you talk within the organization, always look from what you can contribute and how can you contribute. Look at the larger picture, not role specific, not job specific. This approach is very rare. And this approach is difficult to implement because the benefits are not immediate. And most of the people want short-term results. Nobody would apply this approach. But believe me, if you start applying, the management, the management would start observing. So look from the contribution point of view and not from the task or what are my responsibilities point of view. That's over. My responsibilities, full stop. It will not help you grow. It will keep you where you are and you have to keep struggling. So start contributing and start increasing your visibility with the right mindset in the organization. Challenge the status quo. This is very important. When I got my first transfer, when I got my first role change, I had to move from my city. I come from a very small city called Baroda in Gujarat, in the state of Gujarat in India. And when I got my first change of role, I had to move to one of the largest cities of the country, not known for good reasons, Delhi. You know what I did? First, I went to my manager to ask him, shall I take this decision? Shall I take this step? Then I came back to my family. I asked everybody, shall I take this step? You know what? My manager has never stepped out for his job outside this city of Baroda. None of my family members have worked beyond the hometown. The biggest mistake I did was I was asking the people who have not traveled the journey. I was asking the people who have not traveled the journey. And that was the biggest mistake which I made. Somehow, I took that decision because it was a compulsion. But next time when you get to take such decisions, stop asking everyone. Don't go and ask everybody. It is not necessary. Ask the people who have traveled the journey. Ask the people who have traveled the journey. And second, learn to take calculated risks. You should take risk. If you play safe, you are playing too small. In fact, the biggest risk is playing safe. Playing safe is the biggest risk. You are becoming more vulnerable to external situations. You are becoming more dependent on people. Reduce your dependence on people. You cannot always look up to others to help you out. And take a complete detour. I am a mechanical engineer. I can do this. I am a computer engineer. This is what I can do. I am a XYZ doctor or whatever it is, but this is what I can do. No, that is not how it works. You can change. You can change your field completely. Stay away from the crowd. Take a complete detour. With all the experience, with all the skills that you have gathered up till now, this is possible. Unfortunately, you are not looking at your entire self. And I'll come to that in the next few points, what you should start doing. But to avoid the conformity bias, what others are doing, I do the same thing. That is called conformity. You ask everybody, you are influenced very easily by their opinion. You conform to the rules, you conform to the norms. There are no rules. The next thing you have to do to avoid the conformity bias is to start building a network of professionals. You know why? Because these are the people who are in the field. These are the people who have seen the real world. These are the people who could be senior to you. And you will get I would not say the right inputs, but you will get inputs based on experience. Somebody would have traveled your journey which you are planning to travel. And if you reach to that person, you will avoid a lot of mistakes that you might end up making. So build a professional network, and at the career ownership hub, we follow the framework. Why I want to share this? Because I want you also to take benefit of how to start developing a network of professionals. Explore based on your goal. based on your long-term and short-term career goal, explore what kind of people you should connect with. And it's not easy, but it is interesting to do this exploration. And there are typical methods. You can start exploring on LinkedIn, online platforms. You can start exploring in the industrial events, and you can start exploring across various different possible channels. You know it better. It could be industrial events, it could be business conferences, it could be online platforms. Next time when you step into an industrial conference, next time when you step into a seminar in an industrial event, please make sure to identify your purpose. Your purpose is not to go around and look at the different stalls and look at the different products. Your purpose is to connect with the right people. That could be one of the purpose, but that has to be one of the top purposes. Connect with people. And when you start exploring and engaging with people, which you do over LinkedIn, which you do over the industrial events, offline events, start networking with them. Build your strong network and keep nurturing your network. Networking is not a one-time exercise. You have to keep nurturing your network forever. So start building a professional network. Follow this 2E2N framework. Engage, explore, engage, network, nurture. It's easy. Yeah, it's easy. It's interesting. When I say it's easy, it's interesting. When things are interesting, things become easy. Believe me. Things are tough because you are not interested or you don't like to do it, and that's okay. Don't follow the trends. I have seen many people coming to me, Puro, data science. It is growing. Shall I go into data science? Shall I get into artificial intelligence? AR, VR, augmented reality, virtual reality, metaverse are the trends. Shall I get into that? Guys, you are not running a race again. You are not working for short term. Believe me, trends are misguiding you. These are short term things. Again, you are entering into the struggle because there are experts sitting already. Now, if you go and learn these things and you go there because it is trending, if you have no other reason of going there, then please don't go. If you are interested, if you see, Pura, if I do something more, I would my interest would increase and I would be able to, I would love it to do. I would love to do it. And then I would definitely recommend you to take a step. But go to places where you can create an impact, where you can show your presence, not just you are doing what you are assigned. If you keep just doing what you are assigned, then you are again getting into a simple 9 to 5 job where you get a salary and where you get an increment. The risk is, let's say if after 2 years the trend vanishes, what will you do? Where is your expertise? Focus on the areas where you can impact. Don't go with the trends. Blue ocean strategy. Impact. Focus on the impact because you can grow only if you create an impact. You can grow only if you add a high value. You cannot grow just to complete a task. There are many people who are completing the task that are assigned to them. So don't become a task finisher. Create impact. Add value in the value chain. Make your presence feel to others. Start creating and not chasing, not running after the opportunities. And when I say the same thing for goals, it is different. Start chasing because you have a clear goal. Don't run. But when it comes to your blue ocean strategy, don't chase others. Don't chase opportunities. Create your own opportunities. As I always say at the Career Ownership Hub, create circumstances. Don't be a victim. So when you want to create, you have to go deep within yourself first. Your entire journey. You have got a lot of strengths. You have done a lot of good things already. The only problem is you are not able to leverage the benefits of your own strengths because you are running with the crowd, you are following the trends, you are having the conformity bias syndrome. Hence, you are not diving deep within yourself. What are your strengths? As a mechanical engineer, I started my journey as a technical sales, but I ended my journey with the head of digitalization for the entire region Asia. Before I stepped out, I was heading Asia. I challenged the status quo. I challenged myself. And for 4 years, I was performing as the head of digitalization and I was performing reasonably well. Challenge the norms. Go deep within you. What are you good at? I was good at networking. I was good at talking to people. I was good at building relationships. Hence, I was able to take different roles. What are you good at? Forget the certificates now. It has been a while that you have even seen your certificates. Change your belief system. The limiting beliefs that you are carrying in your mind. You can't do this, you can do this. Change the belief system. You can change the industry. After 10-15 years of work experience, changing the industry is okay. But yes, you have to be prepared for it. You have to work hard for it. Just by me saying that, don't take the risk. You have to make a strategy. We can make it together if you want. But don't take a step unless you are prepared for the consequences. Okay? Failing is good. A part of the blue ocean strategy you might not see here, but please learn to fail. Blue ocean strategy. Learn to fail. Don't go with the crowd. Learning is in failing, and success is in learning. Learning is in failing, and success is in learning. Begin with failures. Fail big. Okay, don't fail small. Fail big. Don't fail in I'm not able to wake up every day morning at 5 a.m. That is failing small. I'm not able to read a book, Pura. Reading habit is difficult. That is failing small. Fail big. I took a new profile. After 6 months, I did not like it. And I started searching my next step just in 6 months. That is failing big. Start failing big. Stop failing small. Work smart. Again, coming back to the basics. Instead of running the race, instead of every time having the same level of uncertainty, why do we have that? Because we are not creating a strong foundation of discipline, of time management, of avoiding procrastination, of having success habits that creates the foundation of taking risks, risk appetite, that are the building blocks of creating a strong foundation. Why I say foundation? Because these habits would help you in all your goals, be it career goal, be it learning goal, be it health goals, anything. But these habits, discipline, reading books, not procrastinating, standing by your commitments, and valuing time, these habits would help you across. So create a strong foundation. We create a skills landscape also at the Career Ownership Hub, and there is a framework for the skills landscape. RISE, RISE, that we do in the, I will not share everything right now because of the time. In my some other video, there is the skills landscape details, or I'll make a separate video where I'll explain how to create a complete skills landscape for sure. But with the skills landscape, you can create a multiple set of resumes, which you need actually. Because when you create your skills landscape, you will find that you are good at 10 different skills. When I say good, you are actually good. And these skills can be applied to different profiles. Now, according to what profile you want to apply for, Create a customized resume. Simple. And keep refining it. Now you just have to keep exploring where are the opportunities and pull out the right resume and submit. You have to present the right things. So your skills landscape help you to create multiple set of resumes. Soft skills, always important. Now it has become all the more important. Communication, presentation, problem solving, critical thinking. Go on Google and search what are the top 10 skills for 2023. Ignore all the IT skills because if you are not an IT engineer, forget the IT skills. Okay. You know what? People in IT need a manager. They need a people manager. They need a leader. You can be that leader. As all the industrialists, Bill Gates says that he is having people who are much smarter, highly qualified than him as his employees. You need leadership skills, soft skills. It's not about the qualification. Focus on the soft skills. Don't ignore the technical skills. Start creating your assets. Again, there is an asset creation blueprint at Career Ownership Hub. Assets, books, content, blogs, ebooks, cheat sheets, YouTube videos, normal videos, etc., etc. Be visible, make your presence feel, start building your brand. And be a part of a community of people who are growing fast, who are having the same mindset, and who are desperate to grow. Career Ownership Hub is one of the fastest growing communities of mid-career professionals. Don't try to do everything alone. Massive consistent actions. The biggest differentiator that you can have as a part of your blue ocean strategy is consistent massive actions. Nobody can beat you. Forget the talent, forget the infrastructure, forget the background, forget the qualification, forget the experience. If you are a massive action taker, nobody can stop you. I've seen people taking actions. I've seen people failing. I've seen people learning. And then I've seen people growing exponentially just because they did not quit. They continued taking actions. This is one of the biggest differentiator. And before we end this video, let me give you examples from the business. Examples from the business where they implemented the blue ocean strategy. Yes, and now we will implement this for people at the Career Ownership Hub. What is your blue ocean strategy? Let's make your customized blue ocean strategy together. Netflix, Jio, Facebook, Nike, Toyota, and many more, and many more. I'm preparing case studies for each and every business and connecting it with people, connecting it with mid-career professionals. And you will find it very soon in my YouTube channel. You may please subscribe to my YouTube channel at it is Purav Bhatt Career Ownership Hub. You can simply search Purav Bhatt, you will find me there. But I am working very seriously to help all the mid-career professionals with a lot of research and trying to connect the real examples and explain how can you implement this in your real life. So stay tuned here. I'll be live every day at 6:45 for the next 20 days or maybe more. But I have committed to be online for continuously for 30 days, and today is the 13th or the 14th day. But yeah, let's continue the journey and let's keep learning. All the best and wish you all the success.